And we're back. I hope. There we go. Okay. Like I said, that was fun. Talking to Dan. I've known Dan quite some time. And he's a great guy. All right. Let's go to streaming now. Let's get all these pop-outs. So yeah, there was an audio in the beginning of glitch because I had to add the NDI source. And when I add the NDI source, it creates another audio layer on Streamlabs. So thanks to X and V for telling me about that with the echo for the first 5 minutes. Because I wouldn't have known. Let's see, YouTube, Rumble. Where's Twitch? I'll tell you, Twitch has been really glitchy with Firefox every time. So we're going to kill it and open it up somewhere else. Really. I could try to refresh it. Because this one's going to be a pain. Then I got to log in. Doesn't want to work. Anyway. Okay, we're almost set. What's up, Mike? What's up, Fantasy? If you guys are just joining. Oh. See, the great thing is, when you do an interview, it's good to bring up all the points. Yeah, Twitch is wonky. Because it's almost like playing devil's advocate. I always look at it, what would other people want to ask? Not just me, but like what goes through other people's minds when you're talking to somebody. And you have to bring up all those other points. It has to come from all sides. Because I know that people would want to ask that question, like, is it part of a PSYOP? False flag. I mean, I think that's the right thing to do. It's the fair, balanced way to go about it. So, and I'm not scripted. I don't have any papers in front of me. Everything's just going off the cuff. And I like it like that because I'm listening intently to what the person's saying, and I'm going to respond with a question. But sometimes they bring up so many points, it's hard to. Sometimes it might be good to have a piece of paper and a pen to make a note, like a highlight of all the things they talked about, because they could have. That's like talking to Mark D'Antonio. He could bring up in 3 sentences 10 different topics. Exactly. It's too many points coming into one place. And that's why I said it's actually 2 things I'd like to discuss, but the first one, and then he gets into another thing, which opens up another big thing that now I'm thinking about what he just said. So it's good to take notes. It's definitely bullet points. Next time, the pad will be right here. And I'll be taking more notes about what was going on. Let's see. Since I've been speaking for like the last hour and a half, I'm just going to chill and put something on the screen. Because there's no way I feel like talking right now. No offense. I just want to hang out now and enjoy a beer. After that. Let me just shrink. Let's change my voice. I'm shrinking. And take off that. I had so many things in here. I added. Let me just take that out. Where's my text? Right there. No, it's off. If I shut it off, why is it still there? Oh, Mark just responded. Mark was trying to call me when I was doing that, and I couldn't pick it up. I just couldn't do it. Okay, that's the image. And that. And now we do that. Adding all those little things changed everything on my screens. On my Streamlab. It's like now I got to recoordinate. Got to get rid of the clock. All right. I didn't read the article. I got it. It's on my phone because you sent it to me through Messenger or messages. I haven't even read it. I've been so busy today. I did a pre-record for 2 hours. Went to Walmart twice. Did show stuff. Cooked. What's up, Matt? Everything's good, thank God. You might want to check out if you're interested in UFOs and stuff. I just did an interview with Dan Willis on Rumble. It should be loading and saving now. Oh my God, Chaos. Now you're confusing me. Everything is good. Remember, I'll be in Arizona June 27th for a couple of days. Then I'll be in Roswell. June 29th through the 3rd. I'll be in Roswell. And then back to Arizona for a couple of days, then come home. So it's going to be a little hectic. I don't know how far that is from Vegas. Dude, you got my email, right? Nevada's far. Nevada is far. I don't know. I don't know. You got my email, right? I'll give it to you here. Just email me. Phone numbers so we can... So Fantasy says something totally different. I'm confused. Yeah. I need your phone number so we can talk when I'm in Arizona. So Fantasy said 4 to 5 hours is not too far. So yeah, contact me next week and we'll, if possible, maybe we'll chill out. And maybe the rest of the crew too. I forgot his name because it's been a while. He hasn't been in here in a while. Did he move to Vegas yet? I can't remember his name now. I haven't seen him in chat in a while. Can't think of his name. Oh shit, get out of here. Let me see. It's opening up your stuff on my page now. Look at that. Chaos in Roswell. Nice, dude. Fucking A. Nice. Nice. Look at that. Cool. That is freaking cool. That is really cool. I'm saving the image. Nice. Am I surprised? No. Yeah, National Flag Day. Yeah. Nice. Um, Roswell's supposed to be popping. Now, it's going to be nutty. I can't wait to go. I just changed my seating in the plane. I paid a little extra 130 yet 2 days ago to main cabin extra, which is like right behind first class. It's like, call it the business. I want to fly in 5.5 hours in comfort. Yeah, that's such bullshit. Chaos. I don't buy it. I think it's a hoax. The whole UFO thing in Vegas. I'm surprised the aliens didn't go to the strip. Yeah, and you get complimentary beer, wine, or whatever to fantasy. Yeah, it definitely seems like BS. So I'm not buying it. Yeah, I'm a short guy. Fantasy. I'm only 5'7", so. But since I'm losing weight, the seat shouldn't be so bad. Excuse me. I always sit in the window seat anyway. I will never fly unless I have a window seat. I won't. I'll find another airline or something. I will not fly or another flight. I have to have the window. Because I love to look out the window when flying. And also, I like to lean on it too. If I have to. That's why I like it. 6'2", yeah, it's a little tough. So definitely, Chaos, stay in touch. I'm leaving on the 27th. To AZ, which is less than 2 weeks now. Oh my God. But we're not going to be on YouTube long, obviously. We're going to be saying goodbye to YouTube. Because I'm chilling now. I thought it went well, as always, with Dan. Dan is great. We know, like I said, we know each other for quite some time. It's easy when you know somebody like that. And you know their background. And you know the work they've been involved with. What's this now? We got a little thunder and a little gusty winds, but it wasn't bad here at all today. At all. Much needed soaking rain. That was about it. His name is Dan Willis. He was part of the 2001 disclosure at the National Press Club in D.C. He was one of the people sitting up there with Dr. Greer. So he's a Navy veteran. Was an ABC reporter. He's been involved with disclosure, like working on research and that for decades. And it was a good interview. He's a really good friend of mine. And it's on Rumble. I just finished it. I stopped it so I could start a new stream. So it's standalone with Dan. But you can check it out. I thought it went well. I used to do it. I used to be a co-host for a show. But it's just too much work. Because when you interview somebody, you really got to do the homework. You got to do the research. And you got to know what they're about. And for me, that's a whole day of research, taking notes, writing 10 questions, and then working around those 10 questions. And then, of course, going off the cuff and taking it to other areas like I did tonight. And I had no questions here prepared because I know him. It's easy. That's an easy one to talk to Dan. Somebody I'm not familiar with, I definitely would have to do the research. Yeah. See, but I did. I mean, I spoke to Dan about, other opinions out there, what people would think. Like, they would think this is outlandish and way out there, and I'm gonna make those points. I'm not a softball person. I mean, if you watch the interview, you'll see. Dan is straight up. He's gonna, and he knows those are relevant questions. See, Kathy enjoyed the interview, and we touched on a lot of different things. I mean, if we had 3 hours, we could talk about, like, in depth a lot of the subjects, but it's hard to touch on everything in a limited amount of time. It just is. Because time goes fast when you're doing an interview. Because you get caught up in it. It just flies by. I mean, we did about an hour and 20 minutes. But it flew. It went by so quick. Michael says he couldn't wrap his head around the interview, to be honest. I understand. I get it. But, it's out there for people to watch. He was in the code room. He was part of communications in the Navy. And we should have got more into what he experienced. Yeah. So, like I said, you just got to watch the interview and, enjoy it. So I'm going to be doing that more often. I'm going to bring people on. The one I really want to get on is Don Ecker, and he'll do it. He doesn't really like to do that, but he'll do it for me. Because we got to talk about Don's experiences and everything that he's gone through. In his years, decades worth of being involved in ufology. Because he's not just a show host. He was also a researcher with UFO Magazine. And he did conferences, and he oh my God. When you hear the stories Don has, Philip Klass, and the one that he really goes after, William Cooper. Oh my gosh. And Don is in your face. He's not going to hold back. We're going to do a part 2 after the next hearing. We're going to have a part 2 with Dan. But I'm also going to bring other people on. We're going to have like a panel discussion with a whole bunch of people and talk about it. And like the relevant questions that the public would want asked. Not just a bunch of people with egos talking, and just trying to impress or whatever. Really have a down-to-earth conversation. And without bullshit. Let's just put it out there. We're on Rumble. I mean, that might be something that we can't do on all platforms, but, All right, Chaos. Don't forget, next week, hit me up. Email me. Who knows? Maybe we'll hang out. And tell everybody else I said what's up. And awesome job with the image that Rumble used. Awesome. And you have a great night. But I'm planning to do that more often. I think I got to get Kathleen to come on with me. Kathleen Martin. I'll get Travis. I'll convince Travis to come on with me. I know he'll do it. But I mean, we've all heard Travis's. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm sure there's people that are. You know how many people I say at Pine Bush? Do you know who Travis Walton is? Have you ever seen Fire in the Sky? When I talk to people up here in this area, they're like, I don't know. I heard about it. It's like, I'm surprised. So believe it or not, there's like Marco would say, heard this before, nothing new here. For him, yes. And for a lot of us, that's true. But there's still people out there that are unaware or have no idea. And that's a lot of people in the population. To be fair, I mean, I know I've heard these things over and over again. It's like, I get it, but a lot of people haven't. Especially when you're streaming on new platforms. They're not probably, a lot of them are not probably familiar with this kind of subject. And maybe it's time to put it out there. Right? To me, it makes sense. Trying to pay my state estimated taxes. Oh my gosh. Good luck, Kath. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a lot of stuff people have never heard before. And that's what I'm going to do moving forward. I can bring Kathleen on. I have her presentation. Maybe Kathleen will do a live presentation here on my stream. I can ask her. I have her presentation downloaded. I cannot share it without her permission, obviously. I mean, I could play the Pine Bush stuff from a few weeks ago, and you could see that. It's Tom Reed, Kathleen Martin, and Travis Walton. The audio isn't the best, but because I recorded it on the built-in mic on the Sony through a laptop. It wasn't like I brought all my main equipment with me. But you can get a good idea of what was their presentations were about. I don't have a problem playing it. It wasn't a pay-per-view. It wasn't, you know. This is the kind of things you'll find at the Pine Bush UFO Fair. To me, it's good for the public to see it. This is what goes on every year at Pine Bush. It's not a major event. It's like 3 to 4 speakers. I have a few years worth of those. So if anybody ever wants to watch that, just let me know and I'll put it on. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't know if I want to do it tonight because it's already after 11. We'd have to start that early because it's like a 4.5 hour clip. So now is not the time to start it. It wouldn't be done till 3:30 in the morning. I have to go to have a physical tomorrow at noon. I could just imagine what I cannot go nuts tonight because I have a physical tomorrow. No blood work or urine, but I have a physical tomorrow. And they're not fun. I'm still charging equipment here. I went to Walmart to buy a duffel bag with wheels. So instead of using crates, I can pack my equipment, a lot of it, in a duffel bag. And the rest will go in my backpack. For Friday. For the live investigation. At the Shanley Hotel. It's an overnighter. Oh boy. So, I'm preparing for Friday now. And then after Friday, I got to prepare for Roswell. So everything's happening so fast. But it's all good. Um, but yeah, I enjoy doing interviews. Because I love this stuff. It's not fun if you just not if you're not interested in something. How could you really enjoy doing an interview on a subject matter that you personally have no interest of? That doesn't make sense to me. See, I love this. It's a passion. And I just enjoy the conversations. It's like if somebody was hanging out in my kitchen or in my living room or whatever and just talking to them. And that's the way you got to approach it. Like if you're just having a conversation with a friend and you're discussing a topic or topics. Think of it like Thanksgiving dinner without the food being thrown at each other. Having, the conversations that go on at the table or after dinner or before dinner. People, that everybody's talking about so many different things. The same thing. Except this is focused on ufology. That's the only difference. Okay, so there was one thing, like if you watch the interview, I don't know if Kathy's still around. He mentioned about the Galactic Council and benevolent members. You're like they have control to keep it uniform and, benevolent. But that's why I said, well, there in the past, there was the angels that didn't necessarily agree with the higher council. I use that as a kind of an analogy without getting too religious at the same time. But there was rebellious angels that didn't necessarily go along with the narrative. So that's I use that as an example. You never know. And that was a fair point. It wasn't being disrespectful. It was just a legitimate point. So it's like a coin. There's two sides, even more than that. There's not just two sides. Sometimes it's multifaceted. And there's a lot going on. A lot of gray. That was crazy last night, Mike, right with the music. Got a little weird last night with the music. I don't know if you were still here or you went to bed. I don't know what time I went to bed. I think I went to bed late last night. Now tonight it's still early. It's not nice outside. It's actually 59 degrees. And I don't know if it was spotty showers earlier. I don't know what it looks like right now. Yeah, it doesn't look good. No way. It's cloudy. Overcast. Which I pretty much figured it would be, since it just finished raining. Yeah, it was psychedelic, right? So I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube. There's 2 people watching on YouTube. We're going over to Trovo, Rumble, and Twitch. On Rumble, it's Bill NY Skywatcher. On Twitch, it's Bill NY Skywatcher. On Trovo, excuse me, it's The Kraken's Den. Like Kraken. Krakens. The Kraken's Den. All one word. Or all put together. Raise the Kraken. So we're going over to those 3 platforms now. So if you're on YouTube, if you want to continue hanging out, you got a song you want to request, put it in the chat. Any one of them. Trovo, Twitch, or Rumble. So good night to YouTube. Be well, be blessed, be safe, and have a great night.